Hey Freedom Guerrillas, today we have the Glock 19X. We're going to take a look at what Holosun optics install on this, as well as their ability to co-witness. And for those of you who don't know what co-witness means, all I'm referring to is when an optic is installed on the slide, how much of the front and rear iron sights you're able to see through the optic. That way, in case of any optic failures, you're still able to use the iron sights to aim. And one thing I did want to note for this video, this is specifically for the Glock 19X because it comes with higher iron sights. If you wanted to see a video on the regular height iron sights that come with any of the Glocks, we have two videos, one for the 43 and 48, and then one video for all the other Glocks. And one last thing before we get started here, everything on today's video, optics and plates, can be found at freedomguerrilla.com. All right, so before I show the red dot's co-witnessing ability, I just wanted to explain the plate system and the footprint of the slide. So for those of you who don't know, Glock is using an MOS footprint. It is their proprietary footprint, which means you need plates. Good news is we sell all these plates at freedomguerrilla.com. We have the RMR series, we have the K series, and then we even have the DPP footprint series, and I'll explain all of this in a second here. All right, so let's start with what optics fit on the Glock 19X. First, we have the SCS MOS, which fits on all of the Glock MOS series, minus the 43 and 48. So that fits directly on there. No plate is needed. And generally, this gives you the best co-witness if you're using a regular Glock, but because of this iron heights difference, it's taller. This will take up a large portion of the window. I'll show you that in 1 second. All right, so first up, we have the DPP footprint, which is going to use a CH plate. Including that is going to be the SCS 320 from Holosun, and because I have it here, I have EOTech eFlex, which I'll show as well. Next up, we have the K series. So it's the 407K, the SCS carry, EPS carry, and the full-size EPS. We have that plate. Depending on which version you're using for the 407K or 507K or the EPS, depends on what plate you use because it includes extra nubs here for the bottom of the EPS as well as the correct screws. Then we have the RMR series, which is going to be the 407C, 507C, 508T, and 507 comp. So the 509T and the 509 ACSS, it is technically RMR, but you don't want a plate stack. Instead, you can get a dedicated plate specifically for the Glock. If you're purchasing a 509 ACSS, there is an MOS version which comes with the correct plate instead of just an RMR plate. That way you only need that one order instead of placing an additional order for a plate. So again, all of these will work with the different plate system on the Glock MOS. The only one that doesn't need a plate is the SCS MOS, and that takes up too much of the window. In my opinion, some people might like it. So I'll start with the SCS 320, then go to the K series, and I'll go to the RMR series. And there's everything that'll fit onto the Glock 19X. And again, this is specifically for the Glock 19X because it does have higher iron sights. If you want to see the video specifically for the other Glocks, check it out. I'll link it in the description. Now, obviously having higher iron sights does give you more options for the co-witnessing, whereas before on the other Glocks, it's basically just the SCS MOS and maybe the 407K or 507K that gives you just a slight co-witness. Let us know in the comments what optics you have on your 19X and if you like the co-witness that it provides. And as always, thanks for watching.